Welcome to another episode of Deleted Scenes, where we take a look at some more information regarding the text that we just studied that didn't quite make it into the message. And in this one, we're going to be looking at David and his comparisons to a couple of the judges. Now, when you read 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, those four books are filled with allusions back to the judges. And so here in 2 Samuel chapter 11, David is compared to two different judges, both of whom are not going to portray well upon his character. And the question that the author is leading us to think about is David going to end up like these two judges? And so at the very beginning, we see that David is led astray by a beautiful woman. In fact, the setup for him meeting Bathsheba and the language used is very similar to when Samson meets Delilah. And Delilah, who ultimately is the undoing of Samson, which causes him to make lots of bad decisions and eventually causes him to be captured. And so we're left with the question of, is Bathsheba going to be David's Delilah? Is she ultimately going to lead him to not follow God? Is she ultimately going to lead him to his eventual ruin? As Samson's ruin came when he killed all the Philistines but had to kill himself in the process after having his eyes gouged out and became a slave. Is David now heading towards that same conclusion? And then he's also compared to Abimelech, the son of Gideon, by his commander Joab. And so Abimelech was the evil son of Gideon, who Gideon had 70 sons. And after Gideon reigned, one of his sons was to become the next king or the next judge. And so instead of waiting to see how it was all going to work out, Abimelech took it upon himself to kill every single one of his brothers. He killed every single one of his brothers in order to become king or the judge. And here in this story, David is killing Uriah in order to keep his secure place upon the throne, in order to keep his persona of being the righteous king. And so Abimelech was killed by a millstone that was dropped on his head out of a tower. And Joab makes this reference whenever he is sending the message back to David. Uriah was killed because we got too close to the city wall, just like Abimelech was killed for getting too close to the tower. And so Joab is saying, really kind of telling David, hey, you're acting like Abimelech here. And so we're left with, again, is David going to be like Abimelech? Is David's demise going to come from these two, this huge sin that he has just committed that relates him back to both Samson and Abimelech? But we're not yet there in the story. And so you're going to have to tune in for some more quarantined youth group sessions in order to see, is David going to be like Samson and be like Abimelech, or is he going to repent and turn back to God? Thanks for watching. If you enjoy being a part of the quarantined youth group, then make sure you subscribe so you don't miss our videos. Follow us on Instagram. Be sure that you join the discussion in the comments, and if you've got any ideas or any questions of future videos that we could do, leave those in the comments. Let me know. We are here because we want to serve you during this time where we can't be together. So stay safe, wash your hands, and I'll see you soon.